is.
Can't even airdrop.
Yeah, no, I can't even airdrop. So, what's up, guys? Good morning. We are very excited to have this edition of the Findlay Fresh Trades podcast. We have a special guest, Coach Tyrell Banks, head coach of the MALC Patriots. We're going to get into a lot of basketball stuff here. I'm going to try to share this real fast so that it gets out there for the world. And if anybody's tuning in, has any questions for Coach, comments about basketball, this show is going to be like 90% playoff high school basketball, which is a very fun time of year.
Yes, it is.
And now you have experienced this from all angles, played in it, coached it, watched it as a dad. Like, it's a pretty special time of year. Like, March Madness is one thing, I get it, but high school is pretty special.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And there's all those things you said, playing, coaching, as a dad is all different emotions too. It's pretty wild.
Yes, it is.
Or as in coaching your son as a dad. It's a little crazy, for sure.
Yeah. I was very fortunate. I never coached Benjamin in basketball. And in football, it's so compartmentalized to positions and things.
Right.
But coaching a kid had been a little awesome, but also a little challenging.
It's always challenging because you got to treat them worse than anybody, right, to get the point across. Thank God both of my kids, when I've coached them, they understood the assignment.
Yeah.
They knew it was going to be harder for them than anybody else.
There were a couple times we got in the car, and I was like, son, I hope you understand. So anyway.
That's when you get the I know, Dad.
I know, yes, you do. I know, Dad.
That's right.
I don't know. I always felt terrible afterwards, but anyway, I'm going to post this in 2 seconds, and then I want to ask you about, you guys got a home playoff game coming up. It's a very exciting opportunity. We just saw absolute magic in the River Valley home game.
That was nice.
And we talked about they don't happen every day. You guys have had some really, really sustained success at MALC.
Yeah.
But it's not normal in most places.
No, it's hard in high school. You know, the train only runs 4 years at a time for a kid. So, you know, your teams are up and down, your consistency's up and down, the type of player you get's up and down. But let's get back to that River Valley game. What a great magical moment. That was a lot of fun to watch.
I've been following along, and for me, the main thing that I really caught my eye was not that they were successful, it's that they turned it around the way they did.
Right. A lot of summer work.
And you're talking about having 4 years. You know, this isn't the NFL. You don't bring in a fresh draft class. You have to grow these kids to a team. And I think they were a 4 or 5 win team the year before, and then they get a home playoff game and have a game winner. Like, it's pretty awesome.
That is. You know, being around a lot of these kids in the community, it's really fun to watch them grow, and they don't change schools like people think. And that's what makes it so magical, is watching the growth. Mm-hmm. Give Coach Brock a lot of credit, how he turned it around. You know,
Gibson in the chat saying, "We believe."
Let's go.
Let's go,
We
Gibson.
believe.
Let's go.
That's right, Adam.
You know, give them a lot of credit for getting it turned around, all the summer work they did, the things that they did. And, their hard work shows. And there's no better feeling as a coach or a player when you put in the hard work and it does show on the court.
You see it on the floor. The kids get the reward. I mean, how many times have we, as coaches, put in all the work and effort and they fall a little short, and you just break down.
Shane, that's a really tough conversation to have after a game.
Yeah.
Because you know they put everything into it. But we always talk about in our program, be as competitive as you can be. And you can't ask for much else. The result's going to be the result, but if you do everything to sway that result competitively, what's there to be sad about?
Yeah, absolutely. And Jeff, are you in the middle of like 50 things? I'm sorry.
No, we're good.
If you
We're ready.
jump over
What you
to
got?
the Fresh Trades Instagram, do you
Fresh
have access
Trades.
to that?
Okay, I do.
We can actually watch this video. If you haven't seen it, I think it's got like 15 or 20,000 views on that page. Probably even more on all these kids who reposted or did whatever.
Right now I have Matty Ice's on. I got his ready, but let me get our other one ready. It takes me
and
just
if you
a
could just
second.
grab that, it would be one of the last ones. You'll see it. It's a River Valley basketball game, final shot. And I'll tell you, the shot's cool. Winning the game's awesome. The thing that you can't put a value on per se is the excitement in that arena.
Oh, yeah.
The place goes crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Parents are fighting off tears. People are storming the court.
Is
Kids
it the
are
last
losing
video
That is a
on our
lifetime
podcast?
memory.
The last video you put up, or?
It'll be the one of River Valley basketball.
Okay, I think I found that.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. When you have a crowd that's emotionally in it like that, man, it just gives you chills. It really does.
It
at
really
the end
does.
Of the day.
And, you know, you guys have a great crowd 90% of the time, I'd
Yes.
say. You do a great, you know, pregame, the whole bit. I love it. It's a lot of fun. And to see that school and those kids have that moment at home.
Yeah. You know, the big thing for me is, we talk about this all the time, is the local skills excelling. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as, you know, we don't like them when we're on the court against them, we love to see their success when we're not playing each other. Because if you don't have local fans, what do you have? At the end of the day, you got to cheer for each other.
And I will say that something I noticed that I hope I see tonight, as you guys host a home game, is there are people from all walks of life. Do you have that game?
Yeah, when you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead. This is just fun to watch, guys. This is so cool. This is my shaky hand. Sorry.
It's all right. You get the moment. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. 3-pointer
Look
to
at
end
this.
the game.
I
Look
love
at it.
watching the
Crowd
opposing
goes
coach's
crazy.
reaction.
Oh yeah.
Goes
Crashing
on to
out.
the
When
court.
he throws that
Oh,
clipboard.
man.
I thought the crowd was going to run him over. Yeah.
He might have.
I'm
So-
wondering what took so long to throw the clipboard.
Yeah, I would have thrown it off the wall, but I guess that's why I'm not coaching anymore. So play this again. Watch. So this is Jordy right there, little kid right in the front, standing up. I like this right here. He gets the little lean that we all do when we want a shot to go, and he's like, oh, whoop, oh, whoop, oh.
Bam. Solid.
You know, freaks out, loves it. I mean, look at that.
Holding his head.
Solid.
Yeah, man. So
solid.
anyway, that is what we live for with high school sports. Those kids, I hope a bunch of them go on, play college ball, have a bunch more memories like that.
Yeah.
But the reality is that's a special moment for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see Dominic have the success. Former MALC kid.
Yeah.
Was at MALC his freshman
Sat
year.
out a year,
Yeah,
transfer
sat out a
rule.
whole year. He's
Worked
having
his
a lot
butt
of
off
success.
that year?
He has.
Yeah.
He has. Good
He
for
could
him.
have sat over there and sulked and cried or whatever, but he
Yes.
worked his butt off, and look at what he got. So pretty cool.
It is. It's awesome. I got to go to, a lot of people don't know this about the River Valley team. A lot of those kids that go down there are kind of tied in with me, Tanner, and Tyson because of the travel baseball, all the things. I've coached a lot of those kids in the past. So, you know, we go down there and we watch some of their games. We got to be there for Nash's 1,000-point, which Owen hit, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a couple days earlier.
Yep.
You know, we watch Owen Honiger at MALC hit, I think, 7 threes in a row. We show up to the River Valley game. Nash busts off 8 in a row. That was a pretty dang cool night to watch shooting.
That goes back to what you're talking about before we play that highlight, where it's a community inside a community. It's a lot of the same kids. You know, they're all taking things from all the coaches they've worked with over the years. I laughed. I saw Tanner when they had that senior night debacle, and you know, we made a joke about playing basketball with Benjamin when they were this big.
Yes.
You know, that's how intertwined the community and the kids and the
Absolutely.
sports world is. And you're seeing kids from, it's like you said, you want to see all these kids develop. When you play them, they're the competition for that day. And after that, those are our kids. That's
Absolutely.
our community. Like,
100%. Too bad we couldn't be a little intertwined more in the summers, opening our gyms to each other. What a concept, right? Getting all the kids better. But, you know, I guess there's rules against that.
so when I was a kid, we're going back a little bit. Ty's a little older than me.
We're going
but,
way back.
Going
Not
back
little.
a little bit.
Not back as me, but way back.
Yeah, we're going
All right.
back.
All right.
Dude, it was a handful of basketball players, and we didn't have cell phones, so it was a little bit
Right.
different. But you kind of rally up, and you go to the gym that was open.
How could you get the keys to get in
Right.
and sneak in? Absolutely.
You go to the gym that was open, and that's where everyone who played
Yeah.
ball was at, and everyone got better. They were good games.
Yeah. College guys would come in.
College guys would
yeah,
come
that's
back.
how it was in high school.
Yep.
Too bad we couldn't get back to that at some point. For crying out loud.
put it on the list of
To do.
to-dos. So I do want to talk. You guys have a home playoff game, as do the girls team.
Yes.
So both of you guys are hosting a home playoff game. Boys tonight, girls tomorrow. And I would strongly encourage people, get out. Yep, there we go. St. John's at the Battleground, 7 o'clock. Got to buy your tickets online. And I believe it's a AIA playoff game, so I think you have to buy them.
Yeah, GoFan, I think it's $6.25.
Yep.
And we'll give you a good show for that amount.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get there early, watch the pregame, all the fun stuff. And we were talking a little bit about the game you play and the style. And you had a video. I want to play this video, and it's not. It's good basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking shooting threes, making plays, dunking. It's a lot of fun, guys. Jeff, if you have that video, sorry to
Too
throw it on
bad you guys
there.
couldn't see the defensive side because that's where we actually.
We don't. The defense doesn't get the highlights.
No.
It's like ESPN, but yeah, look at that crowd. I mean, we need this and more. Step back jumper. That's Honiger. Who's this?
Jace Hoekstra. Whopping
Former athlete of the week.
5'10".
Wow.
Dunking. Hitting
They're
buckets.
nailing it.
That's a kid that stepped us for us this year is old Vinny Garcia.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I like the big man.
Yeah.
That was a Fontenot kid. This guy.
Great right there.
Yep. Plays like an actual big man. I love it. There's no push off there. I saw that Honiger.
He was off balance, Shane.
If I was, I'm saying Michael Jordan didn't push off enough against you about either, so.
hate on, but guess what? I feel like I can't miss.
So guys, you can get out, watch these kids tonight in a home playoff game. It should be a lot of fun. I don't know what the hell else is going on in town at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, but get out there, support these kids. That River Valley game was a great example of, man, you're watching special moments for these guys.
Yeah.
So thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for putting that on.
And who made that video? Give him a little shout out.
Old Jonah Alonzo, Malc
Old
alumni.
Jonah, Malc alum,
He
put it together.
If you guys go to his YouTube page, he's got some really cool videos. He
Awesome.
never disappoints.
Great work, and we appreciate that. Hopefully, doesn't bother you. We put it on our show.
Yep.
JAM,
Yes.
Jam on YouTube. That's who did it.
So tell us
Thank
a
you.
little bit about the team you play tonight. What you expect? Have you played them before? What is this a familiar foe?
No, it's not. They're actually, I think, 100 or so miles away from Show Low. Opposite end of the state. They got to get a long drive. They're really athletic. I'm going to tell you, they're athletic. They remind me of football players playing basketball, just good athletes.
And it's an 8-9 seed, so it's
Going to be a good matchup tonight.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting getting back to the seeding, how this all went down. We were 15 2 weeks ago. Won some games we were supposed to win and had a little help in the copper. 2 of our 2A teams stayed in for the Final Four, slid us up right to the 8 by doing our job and taking care of ourselves. And we got a little help to get in there, which I kind of thought would happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little delusional when it comes to what can happen.
a little experience.
Yeah, But really interesting how we got to the 8 spot, so we got a home game tonight. I think we match up well with them. I think if we handle our business, play MALC basketball, we should be in a really good situation at the end of the night. And that gives us a matchup with the number 1 seed, not to get too far ahead, which is Pima down by Safford, Arizona. And I think we match up well with them.
Arizona, big state.
It's a huge
It's crazy some of the travel that's involved there.
Another 7-hour drive.
Oh,
no
buddy.
biggie.
Brutal. So,
No biggie. We're used to it.
So we're not going to get into any of the strategy, just in case St. John's is bored on that bus ride up and they're watching. the
Yeah,
podcast.
that's true.
But you've got a great group. You've got balance. So you do have some talented guards, shoot the ball, but you got a couple swing guys. You got the big man who's really developed his game a lot. I thought he played great against River Valley in that holiday tournament, and was a kind of a difference maker in opening that up for you guys to get shots. What is MALC basketball? And I'm going to tell you why I asked that.
It's a great question. That's a great question.
MALC basketball is become a brand.
Yeah, I think so.
You had a talented group, some success, and I mean no disrespect to any of the teams you've had. I thought people thought there would be a drop-off. And you guys have developed. You've developed your guys. You've stayed consistent. And you've had success year after year after year.
We have. It's funny you asked this, Shane, because we were just about a week and a half ago, I was talking to one of my former assistant coaches, and he asked me, how many wins do you have since you started? And I said, I don't know. I would imagine 50 or 60. So we looked it up on Max Preps, and I think it's 127 and 44.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And that is just crazy looking back now. And then I got beside myself and had to average it out. We're averaging 20 wins a season. I think this is my 6th year. And, the development is wild in our program. Freshmen are completely confused, overwhelmed, have no idea what to do. You don't even see the light bulb flicker. They just expect to get yelled at. Sophomore year, you start figuring it out, you know, with some of the rotations, some of the advanced stuff we do, the offensive spacing, how to get our shots, where to get our shots, when to get our shots. And then, you know, your junior year, that's when we start seeing the light bulb come on. It'll flicker, come on, light up, go off, light up some more. And then next thing you know, you're in your senior year and there's not much to talk about. We just know the job.
And I'll tell you, again, I give you a ton of credit for developing kids. I feel like that is the point. One of the most frustrating things to me is the opposite of what you guys do, is you see a talented kid come in as a freshman and leave essentially a taller version of the same player.
Yeah.
And we see that all over the
All
place.
the time.
You know, you get this gift-wrapped athlete and you don't develop them. And I say this, gentlemen, with respect. There are some kids that I didn't think were going to contribute the way they did
Absolutely.
as freshmen, end up being great athletes, good basketball players, and a great part of that team. And I feel like that's the point of high school sports.
You know, the wild thing is, I'm going to talk about my junior group for a second. You know, I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it, and they know this. I would look at the bench the first half of the season, and I'm like, nope, you ain't going in. There's too big of a drop-off there. So we basically ran our starting five into the ground, literally. And then, you know, a sophomore started peaking, and then we get to that. You know, we lose to River Valley twice at the beginning of the season. Needles, maybe better teams, maybe not, who knows. But they beat us, and they earned it. They beat us fair and square, no excuses. We get to that tournament, Christmas tournament. We play River Valley. We have Parker White out sick, and Jace Hoekstra's at a graduation for her sister.
Thanks a lot, sis.
And, you know, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
No, but it was actually a blessing that happened, because what happened is we needed guys to step up. Vinny Garcia, Miles Moffitt started playing some good basketball. And then now it's getting contagious on the team, which is crazy when that happens. You know, our last state game, Darwin Darris, Ryland, Cranbull, there was no let-off putting kids in. We just kept building on the score. And you know, I told the starters, get ready to go back in, because of my expectations, like, man, we might have a little drop-off. There wasn't one, and I got the starters barking at me 4 minutes in the game. Coach, we going back in?
Man,
Nope. Nope.
What a great problem.
Nope.
I'll tell you, we did an Athlete of the Week with the Hoekstra kid, and Gibby did the interview, let you off the hook.
Yeah, thanks.
But he was he's very reflective. He talked about there were some things he was struggling with. This is coming from him. You know, I didn't prod it out of him, and he admitted that he had to make some changes, and it turned a corner for him. He had a big game shortly after that, and you mentioned him being a contributor, and I was really impressed with him having the self-recognition and kind of bringing that out, and I just thought that was amazing from a young man.
Yeah.
You know, he could have just been on there doing his, I'm the Athlete of the Week,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
look at me. And he's like, man, I had to work on some things. I had to make some changes, and this is the result of that.
You know, Shane, that was a crazy situation. He was struggling a little bit, being on the right spot, some rotational issues, more watching than playing. I benched him at the Kingman Academy game. I don't know what happened on the ride home, what happened next day. A lot of kids won't have tough conversations anymore. They just won't do it. And what blows me away is I got the desired result in 24 hours. I was expecting a week.
Yeah.
And I was honestly expecting other people to come talk to me. And he came to me, Coach, can I talk to you? And I said, yeah, absolutely. What's going on? Right then, I just knew it was going to all work out. He says, what's going on? And we had a real heart-to-heart conversation. He fixed his troubles. You know it, Jace. I haven't yelled at you since either. I've been yelling at you for 3 years. But, you know, he's doing his job. And, you know, when you do your job for this program, it makes the car run. You know, and you can't worry about everybody else. You got to worry about what you do, and then we'll work on the other part.
Right.
And, you know, for him to have the tough conversation that kids just don't have nowadays, they want to blame, make excuses. He took it in stride and made the adjustments.
You know, there's a lot of kids that probably do that, but we see it in sports. We see it differently. It manifests in tangible things that we can, you know, we saw this. This happened. You made this change. But what a testament to the kid.
Yes.
For taking it the right way. I mean, how many times do you worry that they're going to sulk, shut down, check out, and you lose them, and self-actualized and brought it together? And, I mean, that's what watching a young man grow up should be.
I didn't think that was going to happen with him, though. I took the chance because he comes from a strong family, great home. And I think, if I was guessing, I think him and Dad had a little heart-to-heart. And he realized what he needed to do.
Yeah. And listen, that's a big part of it too.
Yes.
You go home and say, "Hey, Dad, this happened," and he goes, "Oh, that coach. Oh, that bad guy. That's not your fault. That coach doesn't like you," or whatever the thing is,
Right.
Or you go home and you have a tough conversation and come back with the right mindset. And it's just a lesson to everyone out there, kind of what that looks like and can be.
Big deal.
Hats off to everyone involved. Really exciting. Great group of kids. And I do want to talk about the girls team. I'm sure you have a little insight there.
Yeah, just a little.
But go out, watch that home game tonight at MALC. Get there a little early. You're going to want to watch the pregame.
6:30 is a good time.
I don't know if Casey does like a voice training thing. Is he
Just a light show.
we got a light show, but he nails the announcements.
Music
he gets
test,
into
light
it.
show.
He's got the music.
Oh, yeah.
Get out there early. Go watch this game.
You know what a big deal it is to have a guy like that?
Oh, it's huge.
At your school that's in it.
It's
is
huge.
just as
Yes,
much
I
as
do.
you are. Oh,
It's
man.
awesome.
It's a production.
I love him to
It's
death.
awesome.
I'll tell you what, the school is nothing but support. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
And you can see it when you walk in there. I
Yeah.
mean, just the amount of staff there, people that are. I mean, they're.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great problem to have, and we wish everyone the best. I will get out there. Hopefully your snack bar is working. It's a big deal for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more time, we'll show the flyer so people out
and,
there.
There might have been a QR code on, but I had to cut it out to make the screenshot fit. Sorry, guys.
That's
Go
okay.
to the. I think it's.
GoFan.
Yeah,
I think it's
GoFan. Just put
gofan.com.
the school in, and everything else super easy.
Yeah,
especially for
GoFan.com and.
tech savvy people who don't hate technology.
All right, cool.
Not me. So girls are
yeah.
3 seed, big game. They have Wilcox coming up to the battleground the next night. Again, a very talented group. 3 seed,
Yeah.
home playoff game.
Not to rain on anybody's parade, but I'll talk about my kid and my kid only. They made the Copper this year. That's something we strive for every year that we haven't done yet.
And if you don't know, the Copper is essentially like a upper tier tournament for the
Yes.
best of each conference for
The top 16 point
is it
getters.
2A,
1 through 3A.
1 through 3A, and it's an opportunity to get some of those. There are some absolute special teams occasionally come through, and they get an opportunity to compete against the best in the state.
Yes, and they played up at Page Elevation, as you know. Remember the Grand
not a fan.
Canyon Conference.
I do
Big
not-
gym.
Do not enjoy it.
Res School. Those girls can play some ball. What I noticed, is a couple of girls quit. They absolutely quit after the first 2 minutes. Elevation got a lot of stuff.
There's Tanner Banks.
There she is.
She's probably got the record for Athlete of the Week interviews.
Yes, definitely.
And honestly, I've probably turned her down for a handful of Athlete of the Weeks because she had won so many at times. So,
Sorry.
Tanner, I'm sorry, but I hope you understand.
You're just that good. So
That's right.
yeah.
So sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
Some days are better than others. But I've got to watch a couple of their practices this last week, and Coach Brandon's got them turned up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Wilcox might have a little trouble with
Oh,
them. They changed some things.
Gotta love to hear that.
Well, I think going into the Copper for a coach is a big deal, and a lot of people don't realize it. Some want to back out, don't want to win. I think it really defines you as a coach and see what you actually have to work on.
Right.
A lot of coaches don't want to play in it. We watched Miami last year throw a game.
Yes.
They threw a game to get into the state tournament, and I'm thinking, why would you do that?
So it's funny because you do see all types of different interpretations of. Some people think it's an insult or not an
Right.
insult. They think it's not worth their time or they shouldn't have to do it or whatever the case is. And other teams are super excited for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's really odd to see people take it in such different directions. If you, as a competitor,
Yeah.
you take the team you have and you go play the best game you have every chance. And that's the best part of basketball. Like,
Yeah.
how many times you see a 64? I mean, it doesn't happen often, but
right.
they upset a 1 seed or a 2 seed.
It happens. Or you
Yeah.
get to play against some better competition to give yourself a ruler check. See where you're at in life.
Absolutely.
On the basketball
And I've
court.
heard that from a lot of the smaller schools who go and play these preseason tournaments to really gauge where they're at, test their mettle.
Yeah.
But also, I think, as a coach, I'd like to get my team locked in and humbled as early as possible.
Absolutely.
Going up to that tournament, having a bad game, probably, like you said, not going to bode well for Wilcox, but it's going to be good for Mount basketball.
I'm telling you, if they get back to playing their style of ball, they're a tough team to beat.
They are a tough team. We were talking about softball-wise. I mean, it's essentially like a generational talent of softball coming
Yeah.
through there. And but a lot of those kids play basketball.
Yep.
And to have that group, they can win any game on the right night.
They can. You just get a little hot.
Yep.
We talk about it all the time.
I don't know. Does Matty Ice have any MALC girls basketball pictures other than
Well,
Tanner?
I did want to show this picture. This was a cool picture right here. Check this out.
Oh, there we go.
Hey.
That's a cool picture.
We're just missing the big Tyson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's out doing things.
Yeah,
Well,
he
listen,
is.
while
is.
he's out doing things, I'm going to give him a little shout out
Okay.
because I stopped by for, was it an Athlete of the Week we were doing?
Yeah.
And you guys were
Christmas,
working out.
Yep.
He was.
And I saw Tyson, and it was like hearing another coach in that gym.
Yeah.
Now, I've known him since he was a young man, and that is a personal growth moment
Yes.
there because he was the one getting coached pretty hard sometimes.
I gave him all his philosophy on accident.
And so that had to have been awesome. Obviously, as your son, but as a coach, basketball guy too, man, he came back and it's like Pandora's box is open
Yeah.
to him. He gets it. He's locked in. I mean, it's an open gym practice in the off season, not the off season, but the winter break.
Yeah, you know what the wildest thing is when they're at a young age, even as freshmen, you're trying to instill mentality.
Yeah.
Mentality is such a big deal. Just knowing you're allowed to be on the court, knowing you can do things, get the mentality right. Once you get that right, you start learning IQ. They go hand in hand, obviously. But once you get going on that plane, the physical side just happens.
Yeah.
It happens. You're good to go. And watching him play college sports has been a real blessing. He showed up a little out of shape, not ready his
He's
freshman
lean
year.
and mean now.
You know, sophomore year, kind of started figuring the angles in the game. It's not about being the quickest, jumping the highest. And he started most of the year this year. He's got an injury, but I think he came back. Saturday was his first game back after a couple out. And he's moving well again. And him losing that 40 pounds, he's not the same kid you guys know, I can tell you
No.
right now. He went
Nah.
from 260 to 210
Lean
and
and mean.
jumping out of the gym, back scratching, dunking it all over.
It's awesome.
It's fun
Very
to watch.
cool to see.
When you're
But-
light, you can jump higher.
Oh, yeah, it makes a huge
Is that my
difference.
problem? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
I
getting
don't
at,
know.
Jeff?
I don't know. You don't play basketball.
I just
so it
gotta
doesn't
say
matter.
I do play basketball.
That's when I
Well,
stopped
yeah.
dunking. That's when I stopped dunking. But you know, having him last summer, you know about Section 7. We go every summer. We have a 6-week
It's
program.
become people's actual.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what they actually want to go do is play Section 7.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's a good experience, great team bonding event, playing basketball. And he last summer, him and Coach Gibson coached it. And it's really good because everybody's like, "Why don't you do it?" Hey, these kids get enough of me for 4 months. They get plenty of me. I'm telling you now, it's where they can hear somewhat the same message from a different mouth. And I think that really helps the growth of the player too.
Yeah.
And you know, we have another Section 7 coming up. Tyson, I'm asking you to do it again. Need you to be there.
Calling out.
Having that collegiate experience too, coaching the kids, is just monster. It's a huge deal.
You know, it's a unique situation because he's not that far removed, but he's doing it, he's living it, and he has respect and experience now that does carry a little. Listen, with all due respect, if you don't know, Ty played big time basketball.
Yeah.
Listen, when I came
Yeah,
back,
let's talk about that.
I was a decent basketball
Yeah,
player.
he always said, eh.
I couldn't guard Tyro. That shit pissed me off so bad. Usually I beat people down low. You were too
Yes, you
big.
did.
And then if they went outside, they usually weren't that good. You were shooting from 10 feet beyond the arc before Steph Curry was doing it. So it's not like it's coming from nowhere, but, you know, they want to be from the kid who's doing it now.
Yes,
you know, nobody wants
absolutely.
to hear about what we were.
Hey,
did,
we didn't have
whatever.
YouTube. My Facebook is a scrapbook of newspaper clippings. That's my Facebook. And if you got the right picture, it showed the pre-dunk.
Yeah.
But, you know, little fun facts. We had a great team back in the early 90s, late 80s. We made a couple runs. Dave Heath, Jeff Plank, Chris Skeens. We had a squad.
A squad.
And we played a lot of 4A, which you guys don't know, 6A and 5A weren't around back then. The 4A were the big dogs. And we had a lot of fun doing it. College was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
God, just the experience of doing that stuff, learning actually how to play the game. You know, you think you're such a superstar being from Bullhead City, and you get out of the bubble and you realize that 5'7" point guard does exactly what you do in the paint.
We got a
It's
pretty cool
crazy.
comment in the chat here from, it looks like Sean Highland.
Yep.
He says, Tyro's been the best coach in the area for a very long time. Congratulations on his success.
Man, what a great
Thank you,
compliment.
Sean.
Cool comment
Yeah,
right
great
there.
If
compliment.
you guys don't know who he is,
Look him up.
Yeah, he does all the summer tournaments in town.
Very cool.
Get out there and get playing.
Yeah.
There you have
So,
it.
you know, you're talking about that group, and I remember coming back. You guys were probably all getting out of school about that time, and some nasty men's league teams.
Oh, yeah.
I see these guys play now, and I'm like, dude, there's some good players, but that was essentially a team of all collegiate
College
basketball
players.
players. And, man, that was tough competition.
A lot of fun. It's like softball, but without drinking the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, softball, I could still go stand around and swing a bat. I tried to play in that men's league last year, and it was very embarrassing, man. I'm tired after 3 possessions.
Oh, God,
I kept
yes.
pulling my calf every couple weeks. I'd be like waving my son in to come bail me out, and I only wanted to play because he's going off to college.
Right.
So when am I ever going to get a chance to do it with him
100%.
again? And it was an absolute humbler, man. Just depressing.
Shane, I think it was 46 years old. Sorry, Tanner. Put one down on Tanner Hatzenbuehler. My claim to fame, one of my last dunks. And I played the next season, and it all just went away. At 47, 48 years old, I said, I'm good. Coaching's for me.
Yeah, no, it's I'm 43, and so that was my this isn't fun anymore. And I've been having a hell of a time just playing in general, but I still would win a lot of the time, and I did not, and it was not a good time. So, anyway, enough about the old fellas. I do want to talk about a couple of the other games we got going on, and I don't know a whole lot about everything. We were hoping to have Matt Rothman on to kind of give us a little bit of the inside baseball on basketball. Is that what you call that? I don't know. Needles is back in the playoffs. I think
Yep.
they're in their semifinals. They are a 1 seed for the boys, 2 seed for the girls. They've won a couple state championships. They've perpetually run out with talent, and I think they're back in Reno again.
Yep.
You said you did get a chance to play the boys team.
Yeah, great team.
Good, talented group.
Yeah, they put a good product year in and year out. The thing with Needles is they start at a really young age.
Yes.
And they actually start playing real basketball at a young age. And I think that really translates through the high school years. With them, it's wild because, we all sit here and have an opinion of Needles. And, I think they're really good. They're playing in a conference that's not so good. I would like them. That's who they are, though. That's the school size. That's who they are.
They're legit small
Yeah.
town.
They win rings every year. That's what they play for. Hey, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
But I can tell you this. I would like them to see them play in a little more competitive league. Maybe come over to the Arizona 1A league.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Same amount of travel. I know the option's
Yeah.
open for them. But
So how does that work? Like, and we don't really know probably, but maybe you have some insight. They're in California playing in Nevada League. Would they have the ability to jump to an Arizona
Yeah.
the same way?
I know they do because I've heard AIA talk about it.
Oh, okay.
They're a great program. I still think
Yeah.
they could win at that level, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to just throw a MALC situation in there. My first 2 years coaching at MALC, we were 1A. You didn't really see many great teams until the state tournament.
Is that you guys playing them?
No.
Different Patriots?
Different.
No,
people.
it's different. Patriots.
Yeah, those uniforms aren't up to Mount
Yeah, they're
Par.
Yeah,
not
that's
up to our
not that's not
standards for
flashy
That's not
enough. I
Mount's
got you.
level.
Gotcha.
So, the situation was going from 1A to 2A. 2A is no joke for basketball. You get to those top 7 to 10 teams, a couple D1 players mixed in there.
Yeah.
And it's good basketball. And I think that was really important for a couple of our players that went off to college to play against better competition. Yeah. We didn't win as much, which was okay. But I would never want to go back to 1A. We have this, me and Owen Honiger have this conversation all the time. Because he's been playing varsity for 4 years. He says, Coach, if we stayed in 1A, we'd have 3 more rings. I said, you're 100% right, but that would be boring. I like playing against better competition. I like testing ourselves.
Yeah.
And, we've been successful at the upper level. So why not stay there?
And basketball is a unique game too, especially with the way that, we talk about 1 or 2 kids who transfer in this area. Down in the big city,
Oh, God.
if you're a basketball school, you're bringing in
all the time.
athletes. And you only need, you're talking 5 to a starter, but you only need 7, 8 guys to make
Right.
a run. And it's not like football where you need 30. You have very high level basketball at all levels in Arizona.
All the time. It's never ending. There's never a night off for us usually.
No.
Now,
Especially you get in playoffs, it's
I will say this, the West Coast Arizona basketball is pretty bad. Other than that, the whole state Northeast is good with the res teams.
Yeah.
You got Southern Arizona, Tucson's good. Phoenix, obviously, that's where the mecca of basketball in the state is. But you sit there and you look at the geographic reasons. There's a lot to be desired on the West Coast of Arizona right now. There's really us in River Valley right now playing good basketball.
Yeah. This is not necessarily the same, but I actually think Parker's got a decent team this year, don't they?
No, they're down.
Are they down?
They're
Parker
down.
used to be nasty.
Dude, Parker used to be
They
legit.
had some absolute menaces.
You get the mix of farm boys and res kids.
Yes.
That's a tough group to handle.
When we played in Parker, it was a war every time.
Oh, same.
We played in that Parker tournament every year. Oh, it's good times. Funny story, I'll tell the story, and I'm going to apologize to Mr. Evans again for the 500th time. So we play, our freshman team was stacked. Blown out, I want to say we blew out Havasu. Every time we go up 20, Mr. Evans would pull me out. So I'm pissed. You know, I'm not used to this. I'm freshman playing freshman. It's
Mr.
the only
Evans.
freshman game I ever
Mr.
played.
Evans, Coach Evans.
So next day in practice, I'm already mad. Mr. Evans says something to me about running a drill. And I said, oh, we're not even doing a damn drill right or something, 15-year-old little jerk. And threw me out of practice. And so I'm pissed. I'm mad about getting pulled out, like all these things. So the next morning, who calls me into the ISS area is Mr. Jimerson. So Coach Jay says, Mr. Pollock, have a seat. And I'm thinking, oh, shit.
By the way, he's 6'10".
6'10", big African-American gentleman, ran the ISS. I've known him for a long time, but he hadn't been my coach yet.
Right.
And kind of test the waters a little bit. He goes, I need you to go get your stuff, get your gear. You're going to come to the Parker tournament with us. And I'm thinking, oh, thank God. I thought I was going to get the business from Coach Jay and this and that. And he talked to me about it later and some other things. And I ended up playing, I never played another JV game or
Sophomore
anything.
year, junior year?
No, I played 4 years of varsity.
That was 4
one
years.
game of freshman basketball in which I threw a fit, like a brat would. But Mr. Evans is an absolute world-class human being if you know him.
If you know him.
Like I said, Coach Jay, I always talk about people who gave me a shot. So Coach Jay could have went one of two ways there, and said his piece, and brought me in. And the other one is Mr. Cops. Do you know
Dave
Mr. Cops? Mr. Cops. I got
Driver's ed, baby.
Yes. And there were a couple times where, he sat me down and talked to me, which was not common back then.
No.
It was very, and he
Yep.
talked to me, and I'm that kind of guy. You talk to me, I process things, have a conversation, and there were a couple times where I was on the edge of being like, I'm so tired of this crap. And so I appreciate, all those people for,
Yeah.
but that Parker tournament was my first exposure to. And I went from blowing out Havasu in a freshman game to playing in the Parker tournament 2 days later. And it was pretty fun.
Against grown men.
Against grown men
As a
who
freshman.
were unbelievable. They were done. I mean, we had on that, I think Tony transferred. Barsetti still played. I'll say one of the young brothers. Louis played. I ended up quitting that year. But 6'5". I mean, it went from one to the other real fast, and a lot of fun. But that was my
Parker back in the day, in my day, a little after, had a guy named Vegas Davis.
Vegas Davis.
Plays
Yep.
at Tennessee.
He
actually played
I watched
at
him play
Tennessee.
at Mojave against.
That guy.
He played against Trey Jimerson, Mo. Tony was still there, I think, and I think he whooped their ass.
Yeah, by himself.
Yeah.
1-on-5.
He was unbelievable.
And that was a great team, too, by the way, at Mojave.
Mm-hmm.
One of the better teams ever.
Absolutely. So, all right. That being said, Needles has some playoff basketball. I thought someone said Needles or Laughlin girls did, but I couldn't find anything on it. Probably because I have a bunch of Arizona stuff.
The Laughlin girls do.
Laughlin girls.
They traveled this last weekend. Don't know the result.
Yeah. So
The coach's wife, or excuse me, a guy I know, Ryan Drescher, his wife coaches the team.
okay.
So I knew they were traveling.
So shout out to them if they're still alive. Send us some info. We'd be happy to share it with the world, especially with no newspaper covering sports.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
We got a lot of fun stuff happening, and that brings us to River Valley on the road.
It's going to be a tough game, Shane.
They got Seton Catholic, who is a 3 seed, 4 seed.
I think they're
I wrote
3.
it down, but I can't read my own writing.
You need
Really,
glasses?
really
You
tough
need some
team.
glasses?
I probably need
this one?
glasses, and I need, here we go. So River Valley basketball on the road today, which is kind of funny because normally you travel, you got a whole day of basketball. They're driving 4 or 5 hours,
Yeah.
play one game, turn around, come back against a really tough opponent. We're talking about, the size of the school is kind of deceptive. Seton Catholic Prep, chances are they got some talent.
Phoenix school. But,
Phoenix school.
River Valley does a good job of living and dying by that 3.
Mm-hmm.
They've been living and living on that thing. I hope they find a way to get to the rim a little bit if that shot's not going. But, man, we're rooting for them tonight. We'll be looking after the game.
So earlier we had watched that buzzer beater. I'm sitting in the stands with my buddy Matt Maish, and I'm sitting there and I go, they're gonna overplay this 3. Like they're defensively, this team's I said, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm running a double, which they did, but I'm dropping that guy. They're gonna overplay. I'm gonna get a layup. You need one. And Matt goes, they're going to shoot a 3.
They're shooting
and
a
they
3.
shot a 3.
They're shooting a 3.
I
They're
just
not
laughed.
trying to do
Yeah.
layups, Shane.
I know. I just laugh. That's like such a difference in the way I think about basketball versus the way it's played now. And,
Take the 2.
Yeah.
That's what we live
I
and
thought
die.
you're gonna show it. You're gonna
Yeah.
put your shooters out there. Everyone's gonna see it. It's gonna show 3. You're gonna roll back. You've got a couple of good quality bigger kids.
Yes.
And they're gonna abandon the rim. You're gonna have a layup. And all you need is one. And I just laughed. And then they got to their guy and shot it.
Oh, yeah. And it went in sideways,
And
too.
it went in.
Sideways, off balance, a typical Don Homer shot.
Unbelievable.
All over the place.
Did you watch that whole game?
No, I only got to watch the end of it.
So they came out red hot. They ran this beautiful, high post, half court set. They kept feeding the high post, and everyone collapsed. They got whatever shot they wanted. It was picture perfect. And I think they were up 20 in the first quarter. And that team made an adjustment, took that away, pressured early. They had this little buff point guard, and he face guarded Nash 90 feet. And just made him play uncomfortable and made it a ball game. Ended up being like I said, a game winner. And so it was actually a really fun game, start to finish. So
We'll see
fun
what happens.
basketball.
It's kind of crazy. Everybody plays at 7 tonight, so you don't get the opportunity to sneak peek games.
No.
You just don't get the chance to do it.
No.
Unless you have it on in the weight room at halftime, like we do.
I like that. I like that being locked in. I remember football. We always had someone, and we'd be like, "Hey, keep Twitter up. We want to know scores. We want to know what's going on." And it's probably a bad habit, but your mind is just constantly in it, and it's hard to. I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's going on with this. When we have Dave Heath announce the games, he'll announce the scores throughout the state. That was always fun.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there and you're like in the huddle, and all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, they're losing." We were always locked in, man. Trust me.
Always locked in.
Always locked in. So we wish River Valley the best. Coach, you guys have done a heck of a job out there. You have a really fun group. The school has been unbelievable. This home game should be awesome. Everyone should go out, check this game out. Do you have anything to say to the boys who should not be watching this? They should be in class.
They're watching. I can tell you right
Yeah,
now.
because they're on the screen there. They're watching.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that we talk about this all the time. Visualize. Visualize, keep your emotions in check. Because if you visualize what you can do, it's easier to manifest it. It really is physically. I really think for the first time this year, we actually believe we can make some stuff happen.
Awesome.
And I think, we talk about it. It gives me chills every time we talk about it. Because I just feel that we have such a belief and a little bit of hope. You sprinkle some hope on a little belief, oh my God, things happen. It's
magic.
crazy. It's crazy. So
When I was 13 years old, I played All-Stars for Ray Dittler.
Oh boy.
And he was a big visualization guy. And 13 years old, and you got 15 baseball players laying in the outfield.
Yep.
And he's talking you through stuff. And I've been visualizing things ever since.
You can see one of those pictures you had up with Parker.
Yeah,
he's running
he's
through
very
the
zen.
game, offensively, defensively through his head, imagining scenarios, situations, how to get to the rim against people. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Get out there and watch this. I'm telling you right now.
So we'll get you out of here. But I do want to talk to you because I don't know when it'll happen any other time. Tanner Banks going to Boise State.
Yeah,
Brother, that's big time.
it is.
And you have a couple of teammates out there at MALC who are also going to big colleges playing
Kennedy
ball.
Lamb, Marshall,
Yep.
Sarah, somewhere in the Dakotas.
Yes.
We got some girls, man. You know, I'll tell you this. A lot of people think they know Tanner. They don't really know Tanner. She wakes up in the morning, goes, works out when nobody's looking. Nutrition is key.
I know she does. I see her car when I come to work.
Right. You know, she does
We're
a
right
lot
next to CrossFit, by the way. I'm not
Yes.
driving by their house or anything.
Yes. But, you know, she does a lot of things when people aren't looking. You know, the amount of attention she plays on the #1 travel team in the country, Arizona Rising, won PGF last year, hits 4th. I mean, you know, and I'm not really trying to brag her up too much, but
Look, you don't have to, man.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
no.
of surprised and amazed by what she's actually accomplished for herself. It has nothing to do with her dad and mom. She's out there doing her. And, you know, she got a lot of attention this
very
summer
driven.
from bigger Power 4 schools. And she's tuned into Boise. She loves it up there, loves the area. It aligns with her.
She had told me about going on some visits, some other places, and just not really liking it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it had to have been tough because some of them are big time programs. Not that Boise's not, but if you're not happy where you are, you know, I experienced this on a much smaller level with Benjamin. We went to a bunch of colleges that made very compelling offers. And he just didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
He didn't want to be, and he's in Western Pennsylvania. It's like his second home in terms
Hey,
of
could
that.
it be all that Steelers stuff you guys have going on in your family?
He's talking about going to the Pirates home opener.
Good for him.
He's gone to a bunch of Penguins games. You know, he's like down the road from family,
Loving it.
and it makes a big difference
It
because
does.
it's hard for a lot of kids to stay in school. You know, how many times you've seen talented kids leave
Too many.
and
from
come
our
back
area.
in a semester or
Too
less?
many. You know, I tell kids all the time, make sure the school's great, don't get me wrong, but if you can't fall in love with the city or at least come to love it, what are you doing there? It's going to be the worst experience of your life. So it's got to align with you spiritually, mentally, what you like to do. She loves outdoors. What better place to be in God's country, you know?
Yes.
So it's
Idaho's
all relative.
amazing.
It is. It's beautiful
Oh,
out there.
it's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very excited, very happy for her. But you know, and I guess maybe we should have had a whole second segment. But man, I'd love to get someone on here who's lived the recruiting process, because so many kids. Maybe we can find another person. We can come back together because so many kids drowned in the recruiting process.
Oh God, you don't even know. Like softball's different than basketball. Basketball's different than football. They all have their own nuances. And I'll tell you this: if anybody wants to know about softball, I think I know a lot. I dove deep. I asked a lot of coaches questions. I was the annoying parent outside the dugout trying to figure out, hey, what's going on?
Me too.
You
That's
know,
all I was about everything.
And this last year, it all really aligned for our family. And I understand how the games work now as far as softball goes, how to get recruited. Emailing on these sites anymore really don't do you no justice. Think about this. A coach at Boise State for softball probably gets 20,000 emails a month. He ain't looking at 20,000 emails. So how do you actually get noticed? It's a tough situation, but there's some knowledge there.
So I was surprised to find out. I have a nephew who plays baseball in Texas, and he's a very talented baseball player. And my brother was telling me that all this travel stuff, and they have their own like world for that. Is it Game Changer or one of those things?
Yep.
You put your velocities and all this other, I call it bullshit, but I guess it's just information.
It's a lot of information.
Yeah. And whereas football, you live in Twitter. You
Same
live
with
in
softball,
Twitter.
yep.
That is
Twitter.
where
The Twitterverse.
Yep, you live in Twitter, or X, appropriately called. Elon spent $40 billion on
Hey,
it. We should
good
at
for
least call
him.
it X. Sorry. And so even that's a completely different world. Now you've experienced it with, you know, Tyson basketball, and now your daughter in softball. Like you have probably more insight than most people. And even though I coached football, until I lived through it with my son, it's a very foreign experience.
It's very foreign, and you feel like a fish out of water because all the parents don't know.
No one knows.
You play the.
You go through
I
it once or
think-
twice in your life.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the conversation on the side, and you know you don't want to ever bother a coach while they're watching a game, but after a game they're still just human beings,
Yeah,
and they
talk
want
to
to tell
'em.
you. They want to tell you, so go talk to them.
You know, it's funny. You know me. You know me a long time, man. I'm a talker. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to talk a little bit of shit, but I'm actually trying to get to something. You know, like I want to know this thing, and this is kind of my like way of nudging in. And I had great conversations with these football coaches when we visited or we travel, even to Phoenix, and you talk to these coaches and things like that. And don't be afraid to ask questions. It's unbelievable, and it's a lot of fun, but you don't know if you don't ask. We went on its visit, and there's always a bunch of moms, not a lot of dads, surprisingly.
Right.
And they ask, to me, the dumbest questions. They're asking about food and laundry and this and that. And
Hey, they're
you
not
know,
dumb if you don't know, Shane.
Well, to me, I'm thinking, oh, they have laundry, they have food. These kids aren't starving. What are you
Right.
worried about?
Right.
I'm asking about depth, program, like where do you see this going? What do you think he needs to do to be in this position? Like I'm asking all these, and
Yes.
I don't even ask the damn school questions like a bonehead, you know. And a couple times my ex-wife went, and she asked the school questions. So.
That's why I drag my wife with me.
Yes, it
Because
was,
it's totally two different worlds
oh,
than what your
yeah.
expectation is.
Well,
Wow.
guys, we got a spy guest that's watching you. I'm going to throw him up on stage.
Uh-oh.
You can say whatever you want. He's watching.
Oh man,
He says,
Hey,
let's go.
Oh.
He's
Honey,
ready.
You better be in class.
We're
What time is it?
watching,
Oh, it
they
might be
said.
He is. He's
lunchtime.
We're
in
watching.
weights right now. He's in weights.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
shouldn't
they-
be lifting right before the
well,
game.
they probably
Michael
have
Jordan
it up
did
on
though.
the-
No pressure.
They're watching, though. They're watching.
Yeah. Good luck tonight, fellas. I am gonna get my butt out there, watch that game. Even though I hate buying things online like tickets, but I'll be out there. Good luck, guys.
Good luck,
Can't wait to
guys.
see
Yep.
it, so.
We definitely want to
Appreciate you having me on.
win that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll let you be, man. I don't even know what time we started. We started like 10:30ish.
Yeah,
Ish.
we've been on air
we're-
for a little bit.
Ish.
We're coming up just short of an hour. I'm sure you have stuff to do, games to prep.
We do. We're going to get it done tonight. I believe it.
Yeah,
The
I'm
boys
very
believe it.
excited. I have not been to a MALC game at MALC in a couple years. You know, my daughter's not going there anymore.
Right.
So I'm not there as much. But I'm really excited to get out there and watch this game. I said, you guys play beautiful basketball. One
Thank
of the
you.
things I told River Valley is the way they warmed up, I knew that they were an improved team.
Oh, yeah.
And
Big
you,
time.
You guys are the same way. Like a sloppy warm-up, ball hitting the ground, chasing the ball around, all this stuff, that's a red flag.
Huge.
Massive red flag. Unless you're all 6'8", I think you're doomed when I see that. And you guys are the same way. You go out, man, that pregame is crisp, dialed in, efficient, not wasted.
They got the light show going on during the pregame.
Well,
I
they
mean,
do for when they
music.
announce the teams. Yeah,
Music, yeah,
It's a
that's-
great experience, guys. Go watch
You
that
got to
game.
go see it if you haven't seen it, guys.
Yeah.
Have our little highlight reel on the wall
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, there you go.
It's awesome.
That's
It's going to be
right.
awesome. Go out, support these guys.
Yep.
Coach, you've done a great job out
Thank
there.
you.
We'll have you on another day. You tell us how much longer you're going to do this
Absolutely.
for. So
Yep.
I feel like Larry Fitzgerald every year.
every year.
Coming back next year, Coach? Coming back?
There you go.
Yep.
Thank
So
you, Coach.
congratulations, all your success.
Appreciate
Look
it.
Hey, good
forward
luck
to,
tonight.
A little
Thank
bit
you.
more tonight,
Thank you.
guys. Good luck. Go out, watch MALC at home. River Valley's on the road. Show them a little love. I don't know if Needles plays tonight. It's awesome that we have so much success.
Yeah.
Go out wherever you go and support everybody. So appreciate you guys.
We'll show the flyer one more time for you guys.
One more time. We should
One more
have the
time. We'll
QR
show
code.
that.
Let's go.
Just in case you came in late, there you go.
Man,
Tonight,
is St.
7
John's a
p.m.
Riz team?
No,
they get
they're
away
not.
with that
Look for
logo? They get away with
They're
that
not.
logo this day and
They're
age?
not. I know. I
Oh,
know,
yeah,
right?
we're going to have to go out with this one.
Get us off the air, Jeff. Get us out of
Oh,
here.
my God. All right, later, guys.
Welcome to Findlay Chevrolet GMC Bullhead City, your destination for dependable Chevrolet vehicles and powerful GMC trucks. Built with advanced technology, comfort, and capability. Our friendly team makes every visit easy and stress-free. Plus, certified service you can count on, quality vehicles, and trusted care. Visit Findlay Chevrolet GMC Bullhead City today.